My fringe really said flip. Okay, wait.
Welcome to Quarantea, the show where we talk about anything and everything because we are in, you guessed it, quarantine. Leave your comments and queries in the Telegram below. Telegram!
I hate it here so much. Imagine this is...
That's the opening, that's it.
That's the thing.
Welcome to Quarantea.
Hi, this is a web show, iCarly found scalps.
She's quicking.
Oh, who is she dead?
Found scalp to founder.
Oh, she's dead?
Gibby.
Oh.
Gibby found her. Gibby did it.
Stop.
Sorry.
Whenever anyone says Gibby, all I can think of is like, you know, he's like, Gibby.
Oh yeah. Amazing.
Anyway, so, Quarantine, while we are one of the only flats in this entire accommodation block to not have coronavirus, we are still isolating, having a good old time. Yeah. I made some window art that says I'm claustrophobic down, and there's a lovely picture of Gemma Collins. I will not tell you how long it took me to cut them out because it's in Comic Sans. Anyway, so in case for some godforsaken reason you don't know who we are, first of all, sorry. Second of all...
For what you're about to know.
My name is Lucy, I am 20, I am a second year education student at Newcastle University. I should be a third year English language student, but I decided to drop out because it doesn't make me happy and you don't do things that don't make you happy.
Period. I am Louisa. I am, and I look exactly like an English lit and creative writing student. I'm in my third year and I'm also 20... No, I've turned 21!
She forgot her birthday!
I mean, yeah, that happened at a bar once. Like, I turned 20 and they almost turned me away because I said, oh, I'm 19. Because I had it in my head. Yeah,
when I got my job at Zaps, they were like, how old are you? I was like, oh, 19. Oh, wait, no, I'm 20 because it was like 2 weeks after my birthday. And I was like, oh, I am actually 20, I'm sorry. Doesn't matter because the wage didn't change.
So yeah, we decided to start this show because we have a lot of things that we like to rant about, and quarantine is a lot. It is a lot.
There is a lot going on. Especially like Louisa's had to come over from Ireland and she's had a lot of fun trying to get across the border.
Oh yes, I had to slog through many bogs, through many farms.
Did you come through Yorkshire?
Like to try and get across. It was like embarrassingly easy.
In a car and
it was embarrassingly easy, not gonna lie. So yeah, I think first we should probably talk about quarantine.
Yes.
Miss Rona, how she has graced us with her presence here in Newcastle.
Crikey. So, I feel like for a bit of context, me and Weeze have been friends for 2 years now.
2 years
we started uni in the same year. We lived in the same accommodation block, different flats, but we lived in the same halls, and we have been
so
very close ever since. Yeah. Because we're the only ones that can have an entire conversation by going.
But at the same time, I feel like you literally, like, I'm living with you now. We weren't officially, this is a long time coming living together, but I was looking for housing and I was like, everything was gone, everyone was already living with people, and then I was like, Lucy, what do I do? And she's like, move in. I was like, okay, done. like the minute of, I was like, okay.
But the thing is like, I low-key was just like, I hope she doesn't move in with them next year because I want her with me. I was like, I don't want them to have you, you're mine. Because nobody else understands you like I do.
Which is great, a great decision now because of lockdown and stuff. We can't really meet other people. We wouldn't really be able to meet very easily. And that
would actually kill me off.
Yeah. Same.
I feel like the thing is with me and Weeze is we were the kinds of friends who we would literally text each other like once every 2 months and be like, do you want to go get coffee?
And
yes,
like,
and then that'd be
it. Want to go for a walk? You want to come see me cry? And it's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it was very
bring the popcorn.
But
am I right?
Get the popcorn, sis. I feel like we are very well suited to one another because I'm an Aquarius and she's a Libra, and the air signs just really be out here.
We really do. My boyfriend's a Gemini, so.
Oh.
Yeah. People don't.
I don't have a boyfriend.
But my friend who is also a Libra, his boyfriend is also a Gemini. I know, right? It just works. It works.
Oh my god.
There you are. There's some science for you. Proven by me.
It's astrology.
It's my
astrology. Do you like my mug from
Louisa's theorem? Oh yeah.
She says Aquarius, and on the back it just basically says she's quirky.
How long have we been in quarantine? I mean, when are we gonna, like, because
technically speaking, we've been in the flat without any other Are we about to kiss? I feel like we've not had any interaction, I think, since Dana moved in. Dana moved in on the 28th, so since the 28th of September, we have not had anybody in this flat from the outside, so we have been isolating now for, I think it's about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks today, actually. Oh, because Dana moved in 2 weeks today. Oh, if you think about it.
It's only been 2 weeks. I feel like I've known her all my life.
Literally. But we've been in quarantine. Yeah. All we do is go out to Asda and get stared at by the locals.
Because we're just serving looks constant. I mean,
honestly, like, I went to Asda this morning in like a mini skirt and a turtleneck, and I got stared the whole time. My favourite is when we went on the metro to like Whitley Bay that one time.
Oh yeah, and we were just like
we were like colour coordinated,
but like
e-girl. I was an e-girl. You were like art student,
like goth.
That's just your constant
graphic
aesthetic
line,
anyway.
Like, cool, yeah.
I'm trying to fill the void with caffeine.
No, but it's just. I feel like that was literally like the highlight of everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, you know, as a flat, we'll go out together. Because I think that has brought us closer as a flat. 100%. Because if we're going to go out and do something, we might as well do it together because of the limit of 6 people. So if we're going to go out and know we're going to have a good time, we might as well bring everyone else along. Because Lord knows we need
Lord knows we're the entertainment.
Yeah, even if it's just out for a hot chocolate or like a breakfast bagel. Those were so good.
The breakfast bagels and the hot chocolate in the pouring rain.
Yeah,
but it was worth it.
It was a half-hour walk to and back, but you know, it's worth it for that at least, you know.
But I think coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
We have been obviously in a bit of limbo since March.
Yes.
I don't think I could have got through lockdown without knowing I was coming back to you, because like I was just like, oh my god, because during lockdown I was doing okay, everything was okay, and then I got broken up with, and then I came back to uni and everything was like, it's a lot better this year than it was last year. And I'm a lot happier, but I feel like coronavirus has taught me so much stuff. Like, I can tell who's going to make the effort. I made friends during lockdown. I lost friends during lockdown. But I don't care. I spent an excessive amount of time on Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
And then I stopped playing after, like, maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
So I feel really bad because...
I didn't have enough friends to lose. No, I don't talk to people enough for them to be like, oh, we're not friends anymore.
The thing is it's not like I lost friends, but I realised my friends back home didn't speak to me as much during lockdown, and I was just like, okay.
I feel like a lot of people have had a glow up.
Like,
do you, like, okay, no offense to me before lockdown, but like, remember me and then like me now?
Yeah.
My Instagram feed is popping.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm just like,
I wish I was
and I'm
you.
like,
she's
very like,
I feel like,
you know,
what happened to me over quarantine, I got a fringe.
Yeah.
I got a fringe.
That's it.
I became a lot more confident. I started wearing the right lashes, and I finally started dressing the way I want to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's worked wonders.
When you don't see people for so long, and all you have to do is focus on yourself, you realize that it's only really you that matters. For an opinion, you know.
Yes.
Like, my parents can look at me and be like, that's weird, but I don't care because they're my parents, you know, so why should I care about other people?
It's like, during lockdown, especially lockdown in the flat, I feel like lockdown in the flat has been some of the best experiences of my life. Like, the cocktail making we did the other day.
Yeah, that was fun.
Me and Alfie went and got our ears pierced for what? We did this for what?
That coffee was... Whitley Bay was lovely.
Whitley Bay was nice. The morning we went to go get coffee.
Yeah.
Like the walk in the rain. But it was worth it because I was with the right people.
Yeah, exactly. I think we are lucky though that we have such a good vibe. That we all do click on some level, even if it isn't like we get each other on exactly the same way. It's close enough to the point where it's like, we're a flat family. We're a family now.
And it's really sweet.
Because of quarantine.
We are the mothers of this flat.
Yeah, I feel bad for the people who don't get along with their life. Because you imagine like first years coming away from home for the first time and then suddenly being...
If I had to be in my first year flat this year, I genuinely do not think I would be vibing half as much as I am right now.
Oh god.
Like...
in the casket.
Yeah.
Laugh out loud. I will say that.
Laugh out loud.
Yeah, I feel like quarantine, especially Corona, has affected both of us, but I feel like we're very, very lucky to have one another in the flat.
Oh,
because it's just like...
Yeah.
the amount of times, like the other day, I will be completely honest, when we got back from when we went out for food at Ernest, and I got in and cried, I literally just thought to myself, I was like, I just want Weeze, like I needed somebody there.
Yeah.
And you've known me now for like 2 years, so you get it, like you understand, and it was, I keep thinking that piece of like cardboard on the floor is a spider and it's terrifying. Like, do you know what I mean? But it's like, I remember thinking to myself when I was crying on the balcony, I was just like, I'm sick of being stuck inside. I'm sick of like this and this. And I kept thinking about how things were going wrong instead of like what was going right. Like obviously, I'm speaking to the loveliest person right now. And obviously like I have you, and then you came out and you gave me a cuddle and I was like, this is fine. This is all fine. And I feel like if I was in quarantine with anybody else, it would be a lot harder. It would be a shit show. That's to say the least. I mean, there is only one person on this planet that I could easily sit here and just look at you and be like, come on then, crap, move. Like,
yeah.
I feel really bad though because she was on FaceTime to her boyfriend earlier and I needed to start cooking tea because as we film this, it's like, what, about 10:30? Probably, who knows? But I knocked on her door and she was on FaceTime with Wingfong and I just went, hey, crack, right, you busy? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, so just like, do you want to cook tea?
I don't mind. See, this is the thing. I don't mind that, and it gives me like kind of like the sense of like, oh, we're sisters. It feels familiar.
Very sisty.
And it's sisty.
I meant to say sisterly, but then I was like, I just wanted a cup of tea.
It helps me as well because my pale legs. It helps me as well because I will never really let my family know. If I'm struggling mentally, I won't really let them know. Even like my boyfriend, I won't really even let him know, or I'll tell him like way after the fact.
That's why we overshare on the internet.
Yeah, so it's nice to have you around because yes, talking to my boyfriend is great, but we can't do that all the time. We just can't because of scheduling or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, having you in person to like be like, oh, I'm sad is different from like talking on like, I'm sad, please make me feel better. You know, it's a lot different.
I feel like for both of us as well, it's like the other day, I think both of us had a bit of a cry, like we've been a bit down, we just sat in the kitchen together, had some biscuits, cup of tea. We watched a Barbie movie, like, it's a very simple dynamic we have going on, but it is my favourite dynamic because it's just like, me and you could sit in a room in dead silence, both on our phones watching TikToks, but it would be comforting because you were there with me. And that is why quarantine is so good. It's like you came in my room the other day, we watched The Addams Family.
Yeah.
And it was really sweet. It was a really nice dynamic.
It was just nice. I do feel really bad for the first years though, because this is their first experience of uni. This is it, you know.
As much as I complain about my first year, I feel like I have absolutely no right to complain about my first year in comparison to this year's first year.
Especially
like the whole A-level experience. I hated my A-levels, but not doing the exams after working so hard for so long would be absolutely.
Oh yeah, I remember
terrible.
like whenever the A-level results came out and there was like the whole shitstorm about that. Basically, like Ireland's came out like a week or 2 weeks after that, and basically they were like, so we've like revised the plan, and basically they were like, we're just gonna do not what England did. Let's just do the opposite.
I mean, to be fair, I think at this point, everything the UK's done during the pandemic is just
not a good idea.
It's kind of like a demonstration to the rest of the world to just say, don't do that.
Don't do this.
Because it's terrible. Like, every way this has been handled has been awful. It's like...
like, we're definitely going to go into a second lockdown soon. Like,
we have to. I mean, like, as it stands, it's currently Sunday evening, and we are fully waiting for everything to be closed again tomorrow, because we're in the northeast.
Yeah, the 11th of October.
It's the 11th today, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we are waiting for tomorrow, and
for something to drop.
Something is going to happen tomorrow. Like, the whole rumour is that the hospitality industry is going to close again. Retail, not. I think what bugs me about the fact, though, is the hospitality industry has been open since July, and there have been no rise in transmission, but the second they send students back to uni, they have a finger to point at somebody, and suddenly it's our fault that everything is getting worse.
Which is infuriating.
Like I was saying the other day, we were told to move back to uni because we were sold the premise that we would be back on campus I was meant to be doing a
Things would be
placement
safe,
this year.
socially distanced. Everything will be very professional. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard in my life.
We have nothing. Like,
Nothing.
we got an email 2 days ago saying, oh yeah, by the way, none of your teaching will be in person this year. The library won't be open. And it was like, everything has been slowly closing down since. The only reason we've moved back to uni is because the landlords want rent. Like, that's it.
And it's infuriating because they're going to completely ignore, you know, people not, just general everyday people not abiding by rules. They're not gonna, but because then, of course, inevitably, if students come to like this one enclosed area from all over the world, of course there's going to be a spike. Of course there is.
There's going to be a spike, and then locking students in flats is going to do absolutely nothing for anybody's mental health.
Oh God.
We're not allowed any visitors in the flat. Obviously, people in private properties are different. We're in private halls, so we have obviously the
no
CCTV.
Family, no friends.
No family, no friends, no boyfriends, girlfriends, anything along those lines. A student at one of the ones just up the road from us, they had one person over and they were fined £3,000, which,
if you're a student,
especially if you live on your own, I can't imagine living in a studio right now. Like, it would kill me. This year originally I was going to live in a studio because I didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to live with anybody else. I was like, I'll just live in a studio this year. And I'm very, very glad now that I don't live in a studio.
Yeah. It's infuriating to me that it's literally just finger pointing. It is childish.
Because the thing that gets me as well is it's never people our age that I see breaking social distancing or mask wearing in public. It's always the older generation who wear the mask like here or under the nose, or they don't wear a mask at all, or they just wear the face shield. Now if you ask me, a face shield is pointless.
Oh, absolutely.
Unless you have a mask on underneath, the only thing a face shield protects you from is if you get sneezed on. And you can't. Hi.
Hello. Hey. Hey, what's up? Nothing?
Take a seat. Welcome to the...
I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry!
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
You can join in, sis. It's
Oh my god, no, can I just sit and be in the room with you guys?
Yeah, we're just talking about
I'm just gonna... Please continue.
Yeah, just pipe in whenever.
Honestly,
I'm sorry.
Please don't apologise, it's honestly fine.
So, but even though, okay, right, we're gonna have to talk about parties. We're gonna have to talk about parties. This is the one thing, like, yes, old people, bad, like, not good at all, but the parties that students have, because I completely get it, it's your first year, you feel like, it's okay, you can stay if you want. Oh, okay. You know, it's, like, I get it, it's your first year.
Yeah.
You're told about freshers. You're told all these events, all this whatever, and you have freedom for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to party because, like us in first year,
we did.
Off the rails, gone
all the time.
immediately.
Literally, like the first week, we
so
were just
I get
out
it.
all the time.
But there are people bringing over like 10, 20 people, 30 people. That one place, 200.
Oh yeah, there was
200.
a student halls down south that had
That's
200
just
students, and it's completely
idiocy.
irresponsible.
No.
I feel like it doesn't matter about the amount of people at a party as long as you are having a good time. So like, Louisa was 21 on Friday, so we had a party in our flat. And it was just the 5 of us, and it was great. We had a great time. But like...
Would have preferred better music, but you know, whatever. That's self-esteem I'm working on, don't worry.
It's alright, honey.
No.
I wasn't in charge of the aux cord.
Yeah, but yeah. I have nothing to add. It's just
like... Yeah. But when we moved in, I was the first person to move in. I was here on my own for 4 days. And on one of the nights, I messaged the group chat because what had happened was we live in private halls, we live on the 4th floor. Our kitchen has a balcony attached to the kitchen, and at about 10 to 11, somebody climbed over onto our balcony and just started banging on the windows. And when I say banging on the windows, it wasn't like a nice light knock. It was like banging, like they were trying to break into the flat. So I hid in the bathroom, locked the door, turned all the lights off, and even though I knew I'd locked all the doors, I texted Louisa and I was like, please get security to come and check the flat, because if I speak, I'm scared there's somebody in the flat.
They'll hear her.
But they were drunk and they were blasting music on our balcony, so I had to get security to come up and check, and then he left, and then it took me a little while to fall asleep after that, and then it happened again at 4 in the morning. And it was just like, I live here and I don't feel safe. And it's just... here, our next door, like the flat next door, got corona, and we were just like, oh my god,
This is
because
it. We're gonna get it.
we were convinced that we were also gonna catch COVID because we were just like.
It just felt like a ticking time bomb at that point because every single flat had got it.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was quarantining.
Literally everyone was, and then I watched out of my window as the food parcels from the universities were being delivered to people's doors because they needed to quarantine. And it's just like, while I appreciate Newcastle Uni have given their students £50 vouchers for the co-op, those vouchers are only valid for the co-op on campus, and they have inflated the prices of things in that co-op, as in a bag of chocolate buttons is £5.19.
What
as
the
it
fuck?
stands. As it stands, a bag of chocolate buttons is £5.19, and this food is meant to last the whole 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And with £50.
First of all, the co-op. If you're gonna do a shop, don't go to the co-op.
No, go to like
a food shop.
Yeah.
You know, not like a snack kind of shop.
I can't remember the last time I tried to even attempt to shop in the co-op for proper food.
No,
my proper food shops are just like Asda or Aldi.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like as it stands, students have been completely shafted. Like everything has been blamed on us. The finger pointing is insane. Like, there are students, obviously, yes, there are students that are breaking the rules, but the rest of us who aren't doing anything are also getting the blame. We've been in this flat, we've not seen anybody else from other flats for nearly a month now, and it's just, it's infuriating because...
it's them spitting in our face, like we do this, and then it's like,
we do what we're told,
the problem.
And then we're the problem, but it's just everybody on Twitter specifically, they always make the good point, which is, we're told to come back to uni, we're told to eat out to help out, we're told to go out to help the economy, we do that and then we get told off.
Yeah.
But because we're the younger generation, we're the ones that are the problem.
Yeah.
But we were doing what we were told.
Exactly. And the thing is, like, we're going to go into another lockdown, but this was not necessary. If your leader was
Not a gammon.
if they had just done what literally everyone else was doing, what Ireland were doing, what New Zealand were doing, we wouldn't need to do this. We wouldn't need to do this. This wouldn't be happening if the right measures were in place.
Absolutely. Like, New Zealand handled this incredibly well. They had 2 cases and locked the entire country down.
Because here's the thing as well about the virus. It's a flu virus, so it's going to thrive in the cold. So we had like basically all summer, like that was like the time set of like, okay, we need to take care of this now whilst we have the advantage of the heat.
But now we don't.
So like there's going to be like at least one other wave, at least bare minimum. At least I think.
It's like the Spanish flu lasted for 2 years. I'm convinced this is gonna, like, I was really sick last December to the point where I couldn't walk up the stairs without being completely out of breath. I was coughing all the time. Like, it was very, very hard to breathe.
Yeah.
I'm convinced I had coronavirus before we knew coronavirus was a thing. But I can't say that because I didn't know at the time. But it was like late December. But I feel like people would have been coming and going from the area that was affected. I could have had it, but I don't know. And it's terrifying to think that, oh my god, I've probably already had it and probably maybe passed it on to my mum or dad.
No,
and it's
I don't
just
think
like,
they would have gotten it by now. Incubation period of 2 weeks. But it's just like, because Alfie said that as well, right? Our flatmate, he said that.
Because I think he quarantined over here for 2 weeks before he came to uni. Because Alfie's from the Caymans. So Alfie flew over, quarantined for 2 weeks, and then came up, which is great. We love Alfie for that.
We stand. One man gets rights.
Niall Warren has left the chat.
Watch the country roll up very slowly.
But it's just like, we did everything we were told, and we're still the ones that are in trouble. It's like, at this point, there is genuinely no reason for me to be in this flat right now. Like, there is, I could go home, except I can't go home because my parents, and also the fact that we were about to go into another lockdown, which is slightly terrifying. But
that's
I think at this point, if I were to go home, it would just make it worse for everybody else, especially for my dad.
I probably could go home as well, but I feel like my granddad who lives here, he would literally be like, hey, get over here. Come here. And I'm like, no.
Me.
Because that's the thing, like, my mom is asking, like, why are you still over there? Like, you miss home, you miss your animals, you miss blah. But honestly, I think it would be worse for me if I didn't go over.
Like, as much as I would love to go home and see my family, see my dog, I feel like my mental health would take an absolute nosedive.
I think,
like,
I'm better off having my books and having my work here.
Oh.
Plus, you know, I'm an artist. The
Yeah.
angst will help my writing, you know?
The angst. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's given me a lot.
Gee, leave. Sorry. Oh, fuck.
I feel like being in quarantine has given me a lot of time to be a lot more creative. Like, I started scrapbooking, and it's
That's
a
fun.
good. It's
You
a
got me
happy,
on scrapbook.
It's a happy medium.
It's fun.
Like, I am on the executive committee for the scrapbooking society at uni, and I have had the best time, like, doing it, like, planning socials
I found it very
and things
therapeutic,
like
and I was very, like, convinced that scrapbooking was, like, a white mom thing to do, you know, like...
that. I mean...
but, like, you know, oh, I did this on this date, I did this on this date, and it's very, like, rigid, but, like, you've seen the shit I do, like abstract art and stuff, because I'm just like, oh, but it has significance to a certain time period.
Exactly.
You know? It has a running theme. It's a portfolio of sorts.
Exactly. Like, my scrapbook is very... It's the traditional style, but I feel like all I did in quarantine was learn how to bake banana bread, cry less, and then started a scrapbook.
Yeah.
I also got a fringing on my ears pierced.
Yeah.
But, like...
But that's a good list.
It's something...
list.
Lipstick in my Valentino white bag.
This whole quarantine thing is... It's infuriating. It feels so bad to just like sit here, have absolutely nothing to do,
yeah.
especially with Newcastle University, because everything starts like...
Everything got hacked. They lost everything. So...
With that, we weren't able to like talk to anyone to get any information or like do anything.
Because nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah, exactly. And so we start like 2 weeks afterwards because they're still trying to fix that.
We were meant to start on the 1st.
Yeah, so we have absolutely nothing to do. We're stuck here doing nothing.
And
then
tiring to
we're
do
stuck
nothing
here
all the time.
doing nothing, and then us going insane, doing what we're supposed to be doing, quarantining, and then all the news is just like, you've done a bad. And it's like, yeah, bad. Slap on the wrist, and it's like, for what? For what?
You did this for what?
Exactly.
But
so it's infuriating.
I think the worst thing is waking up and knowing day in, day out, we're stuck in here all the time, and the fact that doing nothing, in my opinion, doing nothing all the time is very, very tiring. And then I feel guilty about feeling tired because I've not got a job because I lost it because of the pandemic. I can't find a job anywhere because...
No one's hiring.
No one's hiring because of the pandemic.
The worst time to look for a job in recent history. It's awful.
And it's just... It feels like I'm doing nothing and being useless in the grand scheme of things. And then I feel bad for people that are my age and do have jobs because they're doing something, but I'm trying to do something, but I physically
also,
can't.
I feel like because they're also just like out there in the world putting themselves at risk and just expected to take it. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, haha, deal with it.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's just like it's infuriating because all of us. I feel the worst for Maria because she has a job.
Yeah.
She goes out every day and people are stupid. Like, people will go up to her and be like, oh my god, hi, and they're like drunk and then just climb on top of, and it's not fair.
The inconsiderates. The inconsiderates. The inconsiderates.
That sounds like a horror film.
Oh, I should write that down. I need ideas.
I've had enough of you.
Get out. Get
Leave. But it's just like, in a way, I'm glad I'm unemployed, but at the same time, I feel really bad about it.
Same.
It's just, I'm just tired. Like, no matter what you do,
You're doing it wrong.
yeah,
You're doing a bad.
you're doing something very, very wrong. And Boris
The big
says
no. Big Boris.
Boris
says
is
no.
coming and he's shaking his finger. He's like, "Oh,
No,
you scoundrels!"
You
Like,
did it. You did it again. We're like, we did what? And he's like,
nah.
It's just like we're going on in circles.
It's like, you remember, I think the last time anything felt relatively normal was, you know, on TikTok last year, and there was a video of the guy on the metro to Last Christmas, and he was like,
yes.
this was the last time I felt normal. And that was like last December.
That's the thing, because I'm just thinking like when all this started, that was March, and I was just like, I remember leaving in a hurry, like, I gotta go.
I remember literally shoving my stuff into a suitcase and then just going home on the train. And then,
because like
at the time, masks weren't mandatory either, so I was sat on the train like trying to distance myself from people, but people were like coughing and I was panicking.
Because I had to like get on the plane and go over, because Mum was basically like, we don't know when the borders are going to be shut, get over here now. So she just booked a ticket. She's like, get. Literally. And so like I left like really early. I went to work experience as well. Oh, that was fun. Like I was like,
mine got cancelled.
I was like with my suitcases. That was fun. They were like, okay.
Yeah, like I say it's been cancelled, it's been postponed till January, but I feel like they've postponed it till January and they're just gonna say no. Like that is literally.
They're not gonna put you through it.
If they put me in a school in the middle of a pandemic,
they're not going to, unless they're like desperate for work. Like workers.
I don't think they will be though, because I've applied to do placement as a drama teacher and they don't need drama teachers.
What are we gonna do?
Well, what am I gonna do? Stand there and be like, pretend to be scared, except I'm not pretending. I'm
also
actually
being
genuinely terrified.
Okay, you two have a scenario.
You two have a scenario. Romeo and Juliet, except make it 2 meters apart.
Romeo and Juliet for every year, all year.
It's like what's that film with like Cole Sprouse and they have to stay 6 feet apart.
I think it's called like 6 feet apart. You dumb bitch.
I love having 2
5 feet apart. 5 feet apart.
5 feet apart.
Well, that's 6.
That's a good musical.
Ha! No. No.
But I'm just sick of it, man. I'm just gonna eat my body weight in digestives until I just explode.
I'm not. I very rarely I miss my boyfriend. I miss him so
Must
much.
Be nice.
I don't really talk about it, but like it sucks. Like this person that I love, but we can only speak like a couple times a week, and like that's it, and we're restricted to only that, and it's like.
I literally cannot imagine how much you're suffering right now.
It's a lot. I cry every night. I cry every night over it. But it's like at the same time we're used to it because we're 3 years now, and you know I've always been away at uni, so it's not really that different. Not really. It just is consistently sucking.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel that it's just like. I'm frustrated as it is, knowing full well that the person I'm talking, like I can't go and see him like all the time, because like first of all both of us are busy.
Yeah.
I say busy. I'm doing nothing. He has like a job.
Yeah.
He has stuff to do.
Yeah.
But it's just like when we do go on dates and stuff, it's just like we have to be socially distanced, and like I can't, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's infuriating because I would like a cuddle.
Yeah.
I would like just one. Like it's been so long since I've had physical contact. That it's painful.
That's the thing, even like during the summer, like we usually, summertime is like when we're able to actually see each other, and we couldn't until like the end of summer when like we finally were like safe enough where we could actually like meet, and we met like twice. That like it was awful. I hated it. I hated it.
I couldn't do it.
Like just think about that. You're with someone for 8 months. You've seen them twice. For like an 8 month period, it was awful. Not even like. And it was 8 months since I had seen him. And it, like, we meet like twice and I was like, oh, I gotta go again. It's hell. Like, this is torture. Like, thank you, Lucifer, for putting me through this.
I thought you were about to say me then. I was like, what did I
do? Lucy, give me my boyfriend back, please.
No.
No.
What's the password?
He's mine. My boyfriend.
He's mine.
Mine
play web, baby sleep. The thing is that's another thing about quarantine. My entire sense of humour has just gone down the drain.
Oh yeah, but I feel like if you're stuck in like one place with like the same people, like day in day out, like not seeing anyone else,
you develop.
It's going to.
You develop the sense of humour that everybody else has.
Oh yeah,
like,
it morphs into each other.
Yesterday, we went to get Maria from work, and on the walk home, we just started barking in the street. And I found it so funny at one point. I genuinely had to stop and put my hands on my knees because I was wheezing. And I was like, is this corona or is this just really funny?
Yeah, exactly.
But it wasn't funny. It's not funny.
No. It just wasn't.
But it was just like, who barked?
Who barked? Who the fuck barked? I want to know. That's just a one question.
But it's just like... I think the best thing about it is our little flat now, we are like a little family.
Yeah.
Like we wake up every morning, we're all always in the kitchen together.
Otherwise we'd go insane.
Oh yeah, like I spend a good 90% of my time in the kitchen with my flatmates.
I'll just go in and like wait for people to come out.
Oh yeah, like literally, I will not stay in my room for extended periods of time because I would prefer to go and be with my flatmates because very that. I love being around my flatmates because they are the best support system. Like, me and Maria lived together last year, and it wasn't that we didn't speak, we weren't that close. Like, she lives opposite me, and we barely spoke. But, like, this year, she's like, me, Louisa, Maria, and Dana, and Alfie were, like, literally, it's like a group of siblings.
She is my mother.
Like, yeah, like, pretty much, like, me and Louise always designate ourselves as the flat moms. Like, we are, one of us always has a spare mask when we go out. One of us always offers to put the kettle on in the morning. One of us is like, does anyone want any breakfast? Did everyone drink water today?
But I feel like if Maria weren't there, everything would crumble.
The entire ecosystem of Flat 4.2 would just collapse.
We would actually be a mess. Thank you. That's my laugh. Oh, you're gonna make fun of it? What?
Yeah. And what? Are we about to kiss? Is this romance?
Oh
is this that one trope in creative writing about villains to lovers?
Alright, you didn't have to come from around that hard. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
It's. By the way, I've been thinking about this for like the last 5 minutes.
What?
I just didn't think to tell you. But, like, you look very Milo from Treasure Island in this.
Stop! No, that's like a thing of like bisexuals either want to fuck this person or be this person. It's always Milo. It's always Milo.
You're always both.
Yeah.
Mine's just Preminger from. It's a temporary set. Boris Johnson when he has to shut the country down. It's a temporary setback. It's a momentary loss.
Ew.
Ew.
Oh, but that's the thing in quarantine. We are extremely lucky in that we are going through a pandemic in the age of technology.
Oh yeah.
We're able.
I cannot stop watching movies. I cannot to disclose the amount of times I have woken up and been like, today's the day to watch Heathers.
Yeah.
Because I can't stop.
Over and over and over.
It is a problem.
But I think it's good for people's mental health, especially those who aren't able to see other people. Is that even if you're just like on TikTok and you see people living their lives at the same time, like it's like, oh,
that's the thing about quarantine as well. Like, I remember I've been on TikTok since like September 2018, and when it wasn't cool to have TikTok. And during lockdown, I think I started making and posting content after being on the app for years. Yeah. Because I was just like, life's too short. That is why we're doing this now.
I was the same. Like, I was just like, I'm so
because I feel like
anything, and then I was
the
like,
thing that terrifies me about doing this is I know for a fact that people I either went to school with or college with are going to share this and they're going to be like, haha, look, she thinks she's doing something.
I'll fight them.
But at this point, I don't care anymore because it's just like...
I'll fight them.
It's just like, life's too short to care what anybody else thinks. Like, in the grand scheme of things, yes, people will probably laugh at this. But at the end of the day, that's not my problem. If you want to laugh at somebody for doing something that they think will help either somebody else or themselves, like, we're trying to be as entertaining as possible, and while we know that not many people are going to watch this,
it might bring solace to one person to actually
and that's what matters.
Because I feel like a lot of students right now are really, really frustrated. And to hear someone just like confirm like, oh yeah, I feel that way too. Yeah. Even if it's just one person.
It's nice to like reassure it.
Yeah, it's good for us because we have to just rant.
Oh yeah.
Get the thoughts out.
Well, it's either that or I have a plan. I'm going to make her watch a bunch of old One Direction videos with me.
Please watch this video, please. I'm joking. I don't really care.
Wow. I do that so well. But, you know, at the end of the day, being a student in this climate is not the easiest.
No, it's not.
But I feel like having somebody to talk to is always the nicest way, because I know for a fact I could knock on the wall at like 3 in the morning and be like, help, and you would be straight round here with a cup of tea and a biscuit.
That's all I can offer. As an English student, that's all I can offer. Sorry.
You can also offer me maybe one page of a transcript and just be like, there you go, read serotonin, haha, you know? Like,
I don't even have that much.
I will literally just laugh out loud.
Yeah.
I will just sit here and read a book until I feel better. Like, that is all I can do in quarantine. I've got like I was like, what books can I take to uni? I did not want to be ridiculed by bringing my Jacqueline Wilson books, so I ended up bringing John Green, which is probably worse.
I have plenty you can borrow. They're all very boring.
Thanks, Mom. Because I don't want to sit here and like shout through the wall and be like, okay. You know, like the trope.
Oh god.
The immediate trope.
Oh god.
But like I think I bought Looking for Alaska,
Yeah.
Paper Towns, and The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh wow.
Right, and then we went to Waterstones like last week, and I bought The Curious Incident of the Dog of the Night Time and Toffee, both of which are very, very good books. But if I didn't
run here, YA.
Wow, blah but there's not much you can do in the middle of a pandemic. It's just like, imagine if in like 1918 they were just like, oh crikey,
Ew. Oh,
blimey.
Ew.
Excuse me, love, what day is it?
Ew.
It's Tuesday.
Innit?
I hate it here so much.
Oh well,
Please
we'll be
stay
here
at
for
home.
another 6
We
months
might be
or
here for
something. I don't know,
Christmas.
probably.
We might be here for Christmas.
I don't really. Meh.
I just want to go to sleep. Like 90% of the time, I'm just like, wow, bedtime. Like I will do nothing. I will make breakfast and I'll be like, whew, tired, nap time. And then I'll come in my room and I'll have a nap and then I'll get in the shower because I feel like that's productive.
I take a shower like 3 times a day. I'm not gonna lie. I just like sit in the shower.
I would do the same if my hair didn't get greasy the second water touched it. You
Yeah.
know?
True.
Calm down, Jake Peralta.
Ew. We've been going on for half an hour. I think that's good.
There is still like another 20 minutes of footage from the one
That
before.
is true.
We should probably stop.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for
Yes.
Quarantea. Wow, this
Thank
is fun.
you.
This
This
really
was our
therapeutic.
first episode, and I feel like it has been very fun
This
to
is
sit
very
and talk at a
therapeutic.
camera.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you guys enjoyed this, let us know. If you didn't, please don't. We're fragile and we will cry.
I'll read it.
I won't.
I will.
I'm going to turn the comments off. No,
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Wow, censorship much? God, sorry.
But no, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed it, please keep your eye out for new content because there's going to be a lot of it because we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we have nothing else to do.
No.
What, you got a problem with that? Okay. What's wrong
You're the most Irish person
dear.
I know.
Then you don't know many Irish people. Because I'm not. If I took you down to like West Cork.
But yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for tuning in there, fellas.
Bye.